and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something that is extremely serious and highly important. I am wondering why a bunch of the bigger YouTubers are not talking about this. I have seen a couple of YouTubers who have been discussing this, and that is, I think his name is Chatronic and Ian I should say, Corzines. I will leave their video links down in the description box below because they really dissected this topic better than I will ever be able to dissect it and discuss it with you guys. But I did feel the need to bring awareness to this, and that is the whole issue that is happening with YouTube and COPPA. Basically, if you guys have been living under a rock and don't know what's going on, there is a lot of changes that are coming to YouTube between December of 2019 and January of 2020. One of the big changes that is coming is that we as content creators now have to put in our settings whether our content is for kids or for adults. We can do this at the channel level, which you can find in the advanced settings, and you can set this as no, this channel is not for kids, or you could do it per video when you upload them, where you could say no, not for kids, or yes, it's for kids. But COPPA in a nutshell is just the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, and that is to protect the information from minors under the age of 13. As most of you guys know, to create an account on Google or even on YouTube, you have to be 13 years of age in order to have one. I remember back when I created my account, I think I was like 12 or 13 or something like that, but you have to be at least 13 years of age to have a YouTube account. Now, what are some of the changes that are happening that I feel like nobody is discussing, but they really should be, is the fact that there is a lot of gray areas with the whole thing that is considered content for kids and what would be content for adults. And that being that under COPPA, there are certain things that the FTC is going to determine that is content for kids only. And if your video is not marked for kids and they feel like your video is geared towards kids, you could be fined upwards up to $42,350, give or take. That's the fine that I found on the FTC website per video, per violation. I don't know about you guys, but I do not have $42,000 lying around as spare change. Maybe some of the bigger YouTubers do, and perhaps that's why they're not too concerned about this. But you and I, who have like a smaller channel, $42,000 is a huge amount of money. And for us to be hang dry by YouTube is extremely, well, it's not surprising, but at the same time, it is. Well, the gray areas about the whole, well, I should really phrase this as what the FTC is considering content for kids. And I'm going to read you guys what they are. And what they've listed is subject matter that is appealing to children, e.g. kids jokes, music, kid games, video and computer games, children's TV show or stars, cartoon characters, sports, stories, toys, children books, fantasies, child's arts and crafts, pets, products primarily purchased or consumed by kids like snacks or cereal. Cereal? Really? Do they really think that adults don't have pets, do arts and crafts, have snacks, or eat cereal? Okay. And then that's not only just to include that, it also encompasses language, which they're defining as language that is simple enough to be understandable to children 12 and under, short, colorful descriptions, slang, and pop culture phrases such as kids only, fun, free stuff, whatever, cool, duh, games, and ask your parents, etc. I don't know about you guys, but I use the word fun, cool, whatever, duh all the time. I just used it right now. So I don't know how that is considered content or language just for kids. But okay. They also have anything here stating that is visual content appealing to children, animated characters, bold or fast-moving graphics, or bright and vibrant colors. Again, I don't know about you guys, but I do watch cartoons and I do watch anime. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball Z. Big fan of Sailor Moon. I've watched Inuyasha. What else? Rurouni Kenshin. I've seen cartoons such as the Powerpuff Girls. I enjoy watching SpongeBob. So again, I don't know how discussing these topics or having certain languages is considered geared towards kids when a lot of adults enjoys these types of things. And it's not just only that. Let me see if I can pull up more information that is on here, which you can find at the fct.gov. I have actually the whole pamphlet here, but there's other things that they do consider for kids, and I'm just like, what? Okay. Here we go. Use of host characters, which often a character property used online, on television, and movies or comics or books. Again, I know there's a bunch of people that are a fan of the X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. Things that, okay, yes, they are cartoons and do appeal to children, but again, children are not the only ones that are watching it. They also have here audio content. Appealing to children, i.e. simple or popular tunes or songs, cartoon voices, childlike noises, and sound effects. So are we no longer to have any sound effects in our videos? Are we no longer to have bright and colorful thumbnails? Because at the end of the day, that is really what makes a good video or a thumbnail. If a thumbnail is not bright or eye-catching, are you really gonna go and click on the video? Most likely, 99% of the time, you're not. And certain videos sound or look better, I should say, when they have certain music, sound effects. So again, are you really gonna enjoy that video if it doesn't have said sound effects or qualities? Not really. Maybe you will, maybe you won't, I don't know. But I feel like the FTC is very black and white when there is a lot of gray area to be discussed. I don't know, to include and encompass. I don't know. But I feel like it's super preposterous and ridiculous that they think all of that is just for kids. You can definitely tell by just the language in and of itself of what they determined to be for kids. Really hasn't been revised since they passed this back in 1998. But I think it's just ridiculous. And sorry, I'm looking here for my points here. It's just to be fined $42,000 for mislabeling your video. Because let's put my channel up here as an example. My channel is mommy, lifestyle, and military content. I do share my daughter here, not all the time, just a sprinkle here and there. And I do talk about my mommy experience, what I purchased for her, what milestone is she reaching. So are those videos now going to be considered by the FTC and YouTube geared towards kids? Like if I was planning to do a what I got my toddler for Christmas, is that video now going to be considered for kids? I mean, yes, there's going to be a few toys in there. There's going to be some clothes with some characters. So, yes, it does include cartoons and toys and stuff like that. And that is appealing towards kids. But my demographic is not, that video, I should say too, is not for kids. It's for moms who are looking for ideas what to give to their 1-year-old toddler, daughter, child, or whatever. My primary audience is not a kid. That is just a fact. When I look at my analytics, you will see that I should say, my demographic is not children. It is 18 to 34 women. So again, if I mislabel a video, I could be fined up to $42,000. So I don't know if I'm going to do that video now, just because I don't want to have those repercussions. And then if I do make that video, I feel like I'm lying if I do mark it as made for kids, because that video is not. It's made for mothers, aunties, grandmas who are looking for ideas for a child in their life. So again, it's a lose-lose situation. Now, in Ian Corazine's video, he did one just specifically on like what the whole COPPA thing is about, and then he had one that I watched yesterday, and I think he uploaded yesterday too, where he discussed that he had a conversation, I think he said, with an executive of YouTube or whatever. And in that conversation, he mentioned that the FTC does recognize that there is a general audience, thus meaning that what I just discussed previously, there are people who enjoy both things, even though it looks like and it is appealing to children. He himself, even in the video, read some of the FTC stuff, and again, I will post his video down below where he goes into what the FTC is looking for. And in that video, he stated that, okay, yes, there is a general audience and they recognize that. So why hasn't YouTube mentioned that or given that as a third option? As like, okay, there's content for kids, and then at the same time, there's content just for adults, but there's also a general audience option. They really didn't do that with us. They just gave us those two options and left us to dry. I don't know, just left us hanging. I don't know, guys, I'm just getting really agitated about this. It's a lot. There's a lot of good content creators here that do a lot of things that is, okay, yes, geared towards children, but it's educational stuff. And as a parent, I do understand where the FTC is coming from, because yes, I don't want my child to be exposed to pedophiles. I've had a few like comments or like timestamps on my video, and it was really creepy, and I blocked those people, and that was that. So obviously I want to protect my child. That's why I don't show her as often as any other family vloggers like the Ace family or Sam and Nia. You get the idea. But to go overboard and make things be so black and white, I think is just insane. Insane, because there's a lot of channels that fall under what would the FTC consider geared towards kids, like a lot of crafting channels. Gaming is going to suffer a lot, because yes, everybody plays video games and it is appealing to kids, but at the same time, like I said, gaming, my husband plays video games. He's a 28-year-old man and he plays video games. It's not just for kids. So you have arts and crafts, the gaming world, and then you will have like anything that falls under that realm of like educational teaching. I do use the app and the platform to not only entertain my daughter, but to also teach her things like her ABCs, counting, stuff like that. So if there isn't any content that is specifically geared towards kids, what's left on YouTube? Obviously, it's going to be a lot of mature content that is going to be inappropriate for kids. See where I'm going here? In Chatronic's video, he mentioned that there would be a less incentive for content creators whose demographic is children to continue making their content, and I do have to agree with that. If this is their job and their main source of income, and they're seeing that because of this, because of YouTube's black and white way of thinking, and sort of the FTC as well, their income is not going to be cut in half or more, then they're going to look for another platform. They're going to look for another way to either continue creating those videos because they thoroughly enjoyed it, or they are going to just forego their channel. There's been a lot of people who have deleted their videos, have been deleting their channels, or have been saying that they're going to switch their channel to something different that is not kid friendly. Because like I said, the repercussions to that is just horrendous. And I don't think I've mentioned what the repercussions are, but if I haven't, that means that the comment sections will no longer be there for kid content friendly marked videos. They will also not have personalized ads. I was watching another video, I think his name is Shady Penguin, I believe. He kind of made it into a haha comment, but he drove his point across, and that was, I think he said something along the lines, I would rather have my child, my daughter, see a video that has a personalized ad for an Elsa and Anna doll than to have a personalized ad for condoms. And I'm like, you know what? When you put it like that, I have to agree too. I would rather have her have a personalized ad for, Frozen or Olaf or whatever she's interested in than to have something like alcohol or condoms. Like, that's a no-brainer. They will also not see any info cards, no end screens, no stories, no community tab, no notification bells, and the ability for viewers to watch your videos later or to save them to a playlist will no longer be available, and your videos will no longer be searchable. So basically, like I said, you're going to be making videos and it's going to be going to like an abyss. God knows if somebody's going to be able to find it if you make a video and you mark it as kid content friendly. So yeah, that is where YouTube is heading at this point, and I think going from one extreme to the next isn't viable for the platform, because one way or another it's gonna bite them in the ass. I'm just putting it out there. It's really going to bite them in the ass. And I was talking to, I forget who, but it was just like a friend, and I was just saying it all boils down to money. Because YouTube lost $170 million, they don't want to lose more. Google and YouTube are not in the business of losing money. They want to make money, and that is something that the person that Ian Corazine spoke with said, that they are corporate and they want to create profits, which I get it. YouTube and Google are a business, but at the same time, they are really treating their content creators like shit. I am speaking my mind and letting you guys know how I feel about the whole situation. But there is a bright side to things. This hasn't fully passed, and we have until December 9th to make our voices heard. You can go to the regulations.gov under the FTC COPPA section and leave a public comment. I already did that this morning, and it was quite lengthy, if I may say so. And I encourage you guys to do the same. Make your voices heard, because again, a lot of your favorite channels may suffer a big blow. Not just only, the mommy channels or the family vloggers, which in and of itself, yes, they do have some questionable peoples and videos. The Ace family, Samonia, again, sorry, but those families are very, very questionable in my opinion. But you're also your favorite DIY channels, your crafting channels, your favorite gamers, all of those people that have content that appeal to kids may or may not have a channel anymore. So definitely make your voices heard. We have until December 9th to do so, you guys. I encourage you guys to do it. I will leave the link down in the description box below. I hope that you guys did find this video informative and it's not like overly lengthy and rambly. If you did find it informative, give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell, because it is utterly important now, especially with all the changes that are coming, that you guys have those two things set to on so that you guys can be notified when I post a new video. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.